Andy, the reputation of most events companies is that their salespeople are snake oil salesmen. They'll say whatever it's needed to be said to get a deal in. What was your experience of dealing with Osney Media in the sales process?
Well, I wouldn't call it a sales process. I felt it was a really good, fun, energetic way of making a new relationship with you especially. So the things which I remember really vividly was you coming along to the councils, to our meetings, making connection, getting involved with the team. Really appreciated that. And the other thing I remember vividly is just the one-off kind of phone calls into your office with Anissa and others, with Claire. Just warmth, helpful, lovely, really, really excellent.
And in terms of the quality of the content, the speakers and so forth at the event, how have you found that?
That's been one of the really amazing, pleasant surprises to me. So I was expecting to come here as a solution provider, and the thing which I've enjoyed most is actually being at the conference. I've loved the talks, I've loved the content, I've learned a load.
And how has that translated into the quality of the delegates, the quality of people that have come along?
What I've noticed is that people are really in it. It doesn't feel like just a series of presentations. Again, one of the pleasant surprises for me is not what's happening in the room, but what happens after the room. And so what you've done outside in that space over there is like it's created a buzz. It feels like there's a genuine network of people who are interested in what's going on. So I think that answers your question.
And in terms of the conversations, in lots of these events, people come along feeling there's a sort of buyer meet seller and it can be awkward. How has the quality of your conversations felt, the opportunity to network, get in those conversations?
Really good, really good. I didn't know what to expect of those kind of conversations, really. It was kind of one of the big unknowns to us, but, and my worry was that people were going to come kind of expecting to be sold to, and we didn't want to sell to them. But people have come with a natural curiosity. It hasn't been a sales pitch. It's been a really kind of like a one-to-one conversation about where's their need, what do we bring, where do we meet. It's been fab.
And this is a really self-serving question, but what do you think our role has been in creating that sort of attitude and openness in the delegates?
Two things which really come to mind. I think there's something simply at the level of tone. Actually your ability to hold a vibe and to emphasize the importance of connection.
And in terms of, particularly because you said you haven't done this sort of thing before, what did you feel about the quality of support and holding you got in helping you prepare for the event?
It's good, yeah, really good. Kind of the this is the bit where actually there's one of the tricky bits which I've got, so can I edit out?
No. Tell it as it is.
I think I've really been happy with all of the pillar pieces in terms of the content pieces, all the meeting pieces. The bit which I struggled with was kind of like, was actually the kind of build-up with the one-to-one surgeries. It kind of felt for me, I wasn't quite sure what was happening. But kind of by and large, it was great. It's kind of like, it was, as I said to you before, it was more niggles than anything. It was kind of like, so that was it.
That's fine. The real answer is more important than what you think I want to hear. Can you remember how many meetings you promised and how many meetings you think the team have had overall?
I think we came with about 10 scheduled meetings. Was it 10?
Well, you were promised 10 at the start.
Oh, I can't remember that promise, but I know you said there's going to be a whole lot of meetings. I think we probably said there was going to be about, I think it was less than 10, about 8. But actually, we've had many, many more than that.
Okay. And do you have, off the top of your head, had an idea of what you would expect in terms of follow-up meetings that was going to result from this?
All I can say is I'm very optimistic about the quality of contacts and the quality of meetings which we have. It's difficult to assess at the moment. We've got a box full of cards and contacts. We've got people coming towards us. I would fully expect that probably what we have is between 10 or 15 actively interested people, which could lead into work.
Okay, and I won't ask you. Well, what would you expect that might mean in terms of client based on past, in terms of new clients based on past experience?
I would be really disappointed if we didn't. This didn't lead to something like 3 or 4 new clients for us.
And have you got any idea of what that might translate to monetary wise?
Difficult to say. I mean, even if it were as small as 50 grand each, just to start us off, little experiments, I'd be more than happy with that.
And the final question: if there was somebody out there, a bit cynical because they've been burned, lots of events they've gone to, and they were thinking of getting involved in this, what would you say to them?
I'd say have exactly the same conversations that I had with you, which is to have genuine upfront conversations about what you can expect, and to get really clear to yourself about actually what you hope for, what's your offer, and then make a decision. But our experience is it's been very positive.